Today, we are in Los Altos Hills. We get something very unique, very special. The location is amazing. It's going to be a tremendous renovation, makeover. We're going to change the entire property for something very unique, very special for the owners. Let's check it out. Another one. Okay, so this is basically the main living space. As we see right now, we have a vaulted ceiling in this room, and the kitchen is pretty much separated from the main living space, which is definitely not a modernized type of concept, right? So our goal really is to open the walls, raise the ceiling for the rest of the space, so we can actually kind of get that more modern look and have the ceiling vaulted, so you give you a much broader kind of space, and also capitalize on that gorgeous view, which we're going to show you in a second. So the entrance is going to be modernized. Pretty much it's a complete remodel, a complete gut renovation for the inside and for the outside. Currently they don't have any pools or any jacuzzi, but we're going to add an outdoor spa, which is going to be kind of a plunge pool, like a plunge jacuzzi, you would say. It's going to be very exciting for this space, and again with the views, the pool outside at nighttime is just going to be gorgeous. So again, the main concept: open those walls, raising the ceiling, vaulting everything up. So currently, as you see, the kitchen is very separated, which is very traditional, I guess, in the old days, to have the kitchen separated from the living space. So the idea is to open those walls so we can have one space that is going to blend between the kitchen and the living space, and give you that kind of open concept, which everybody likes in California in general. But that's kind of really the goal for this project, again, to modernize the space, create that open concept, have a broader view. We want to kind of fix that floor plan and give it that kind of more like modern vibe, right? So kitchen is going to be gut renovated. Again, the ceiling is going to be higher. We actually had a meeting today with the engineer and the architect to kind of review the structural elements. So, I mean, everything that we do, there is what we call the interior design from a conceptual standpoint. And then, of course, you have the structural, which what I like to always kind of dwell on to make sure this is done right. And that's where we start kind of reviewing the budgets really from the beginning, and kind of see if certain things going to really increase, kind of obviously explode the budgets up, or can kind of be minimized in some ways. So that's what we do, a lot of value engineering. So that's kind of end to end. I see a lot of times where we get plans from architects and value engineering was not done prior. You're going to have an issue, because it's like kind of designing for conceptual purposes, meaning design for preference only, right? But not exactly from a value engineering perspective. So we want to do both, right? And that just kind of save us time down the road, obviously, so we don't have to go back and redesign the whole thing. And we know exactly what to expect. So that's what we did today with the architect and the engineer. And then, of course, we're going to communicate with the interior designer. First of all, to have the dream, right? Dream big, I always say, right? To have that vision, then design it, right, properly. But the most important thing is to collaborate and make sure everybody works together as far as the team. And that's really what set us apart from everybody else, that we collaborate from the beginning, and we start with the engineering and the value engineering standpoint before we actually finish in the conceptual design, right? So it kind of goes end by end, right? Let's check the outside. Basically the exterior, we have so much opportunities over here in the outside. We can see there is that property over there, they have a wine cellar, which is pretty cool, right? One of the owners' dream is to really have a plunge pool on the outside, so you can actually sit and drink a glass of wine and really enjoy the sick view over here, which is like, obviously like you feel like you are, somewhere else completely. When I'm in Los Altos Hills, I feel like I'm in, sometimes in Napa almost, right? You get that kind of serene feeling, which is, really inspiring, obviously. And, I can just imagine like having your own plunge pool right here and just kind of enjoy the view. We talked today about a few elements that, again, we talked about increasing the view from the inside. Right now the ceilings are very low, so if we raise the ceiling from the inside, we wanted to do something with that, that roof line And that's kind of right now, some of the elements we're reviewing in this stage is how to increase the size of the height of the roof by at least a foot. So we can create that, again, the open concept, the higher ceiling, again, the modernized feel, and just kind of fix that floor plan and make it much more transitional. We want to kind of create that entrance and that space to be a little bit more dramatized. And again, when you go outside, we want the inside and the outside to be very cohesive, right? So, you get that kind of special feeling, when you walk into the property, because I think the opportunity over here, it's endless, and it's really kind of in our imagination what we can create to make it something very special and very unique. As always, I always say, we want to also increase the value of the property. I know the owner is going to stay to live here, another 25 years. But, for me, like always when I think about this property, I want to make sure everybody's on the team knows that our goal is also to increase the value of those properties, right? So by doing the right things, you're not just like satisfying the wish list of the owner, you actually also, thinking about the future, right? Because I always think about those properties as an investment, right? Everything that we do, we have to think about, let's say in the future the owner want to sell it, and they want to make sure what we create, it's perfect for them, but it can also be, a great property for anybody, right? And something very unique to the Bay Area. Like our goal is always to create something that, you're not necessarily going to see in the Bay Area for the most part. And that's why we come with a lot of experience working on properties in Florida, in California in general, right? In Southern California as well, where you see very modern type of properties. And essentially that's why the client come to us, because they know we can deliver something that nobody else can deliver in the Bay Area. That's kind of where our advantage is. Our advantage is to be sophisticated enough and have the right type of knowledge and, again, collaborations with the right vendors, the right design team. Our in-house design team, our collaboration from the outside, that's kind of really what sets us apart and what makes us unique.